Well, Kris shares support for mothers after miscarriages. Now, in a heartfelt and powerful message, Kris recently took to social media to support, of course, mothers who have experienced miscarriages. Now, his post has sparked an outpouring of love and encouragement, with many women sharing their stories.
So he used his platform to address the emotional and often stigmatized topic of miscarriage, aiming to reduce the shame and silence surrounding it. In his message, he acknowledged the pain and loss that many mothers go through and emphasized the importance of opening up and supporting one another.
Now, Kris as well shared, for all mothers who have gone through this, you are not alone. It's okay to talk about it. Let's break the silence. Now, the post, of course, quickly resonated with many, as the comment section was flooded with supportive messages and heartfelt stories of women who had experienced with similar losses.
And we have some of the comments here, which I'll open them up. And I just think it was people were just able to have their voice kind of heard on such kind of generally like a sensitive issue. And people thanked Kris for coming out and opening up. Dubai Love said, yes, I completely understand. I'm a mom who had a couple of miscarriages and a high-risk pregnancy. I'm blessed now to have, grateful to be holding a 2-year-old girl. While someone else said, well said, Kris, I myself went through 2 miscarriages and now I'm blessed to have 2 amazing girls, which I think is really nice that people are sharing that they went through miscarriages and then they were also able to conceive. Everyone has their own journeys, and I think Kris' message of support, you know what I love about it is that it wasn't like an awareness month or a post of a time. He was just acknowledging something that's it's so real and it's so quiet. It's just not talked about.
That's true, as you said, it's not talked about, you know, and it's not only not talked about. It's very easy for people who have not experienced miscarriage to be like, oh yeah, you know what, it's fine. But when a mother actually suffers from a miscarriage, it's like she loses a sense of herself, because like she lost a baby that is like from her own blood, right? And she was expecting like a baby or anything, and that's why like you see a lot of marriages do kind of like tend to end, you know, when a miscarriage happens, because you know a lot of things happen when that happens, and it takes a lot of strength for a woman to go to pass, to let it slide. You know what I mean? To let it slide, to move on from her life as if nothing has happened. You know, it takes a lot of courage for a woman to be normal after she suffers from a miscarriage. And I know that because my mother, before I was born, she was pregnant with 2 twin boys, and at the 5th month, she suffered from like a miscarriage. And I remember she told me like she was so heartbroken that she didn't even want to get kids. But then it happened. I think I was an accident, but you know, then I happened. And it's kind of like fun. So I'm like, so mama, am I an accident?
Happy days, happy days.
You know, but then I all the time wonder, like, you know, like I wonder like what would my life has been like, would be if my 2 twin brothers were born. I wouldn't have been here. You know, my sister wouldn't have been here. So it takes a lot of courage, because like then the mother will have to move on and will have to think of like, do I want other kids? Because at the moment, I think they go like, no, I don't want to do with that. Yeah.
Well done, Kris, for using social media for what it's meant to be, creating awareness and showing people that they're not alone, which I think is just super duper important.